रातियों सी आंसू रोती अम्मा मेरी, जाने कैसे मुन्ना मेरा रात खाए। शहर में हम बेसहारे, गाँव मेरा घर पुकारे, कल क्या होगा सोचता दिल थम सा जाता रे। ये बीमारी जान लेती, काम छोटे घर बुझाड़े, ये गरीबी हम जो जीते कम है क्या रे। गाँव माटी दूर तो है छोड़ आए, घर में भूखे भात लाने दूर आए। भूख चाहे कितना भी हमको सताए, साथ अपनों का हो तो गम भूल जाए। भूख चाहे कितना भी हमको सताए, साथ अपनों का हो तो गम भूल जाए। देश तू है मान मेरा, दिल ये बोले हाथ जोड़े, मुश्किलों की इस घड़ी में तू सहारा रे। देश तू है मान मेरा, दिल ये बोले हाथ जोड़े, मुश्किलों की इस घड़ी में तू सहारा रे। गाँव माटी दूर तो है छोड़ आए, घर में भूखे भात लाने दूर आए। कल क्या होगा सोचता दिल थम सा जाता रे। कल क्या होगा सोचता दिल थम सा जाता रे। ओ कल क्या होगा सोचता दिल थम सा जाता रे।
This song in empathy of all the migrant labor. There are over 140 million migrant labor in the country. Today is International Labor Day. The hands and the sweat which fuels the world's industry, nameless people, but it is their hands which move the wheels of modern industry. It is their sweat which lubricates the wheels. Right now with the pandemic across the world, it is this segment which will be hit very hard. Well, in many countries, this segment is an organized segment. So there they will have means to negotiate, they will have means to get through this patch. Well, in the Great Depression of 1930s, about 24% of the people became unemployed. That was considered the worst thing that could have happened in the world in terms of poverty, hunger, starvation. But the estimates today, post-pandemic, the unemployed rates could be much higher. Well, today the world is a little better organized than what it was in early 20th century, so we may tide over this little better, but it is this segment that we call as labor who will be hit very badly. It's shocking to see that normally we thought in the villages, not that we do not know, but it doesn't sink into you. Generally in the villages, everybody has a piece of land and always there is something to do. But only now when we go out to serve these people, we see how many people are there who do not belong to this place, who come from elsewhere for seasonal labor, and they're all stuck here, they can't go back home, they don't have money, they don't have food, and the worst thing is, their families, largely these are male population, their wives, children, mothers and others are in their villages wherever far away. The worry of what's happening to them. Many of them have lost contact because they're not able to pay for their phone bills and they cannot talk to them. Well, now the number that we are serving meals has gone up to 11,000 plus, but it looks like it's going to go up much more. Some relaxation of the lockdown is beginning to happen. Coimbatore city has moved from red to orange. So they are saying by 10th or 12th of this month, if there are no new cases, if there's no spurt, then it'll move into green zone. That means people can go out and free to work anywhere kind of situation. But still it won't solve their problem because, well, businesses may open, but they will not be buzzing immediately. It'll take some time. We don't know, a month, 2, 3 months, 6 months. How long will it take for them to imbibe all the labor force fully is a big question mark, but not less than 45 to 60 days. It will take that much time. So those who are daily wagers, who are not in the organized sector like construction, agriculture, labor and variety of other things, they will have no livelihood. So, this is going to be a massive problem in this country for sure. Definitely it's a problem all over the world at different levels in different nations. So, today is Labor Day. If we want to serve large number of people who are in this condition, in 21st century, with the level of transportation, information and connectedness that is there in the world, well, a pandemic is there, it's killing people. I think it's crossed 250,000. But with so much organization, transportation capabilities, ability to inform and activate things across the world, one thing that should not happen is people should not die of starvation. Of the many ailments that human beings can get, Starvation is the worst of the lot. Because it is most debilitating and takes away your humanity in many ways. On the spiritual path, starvation is a tool. Where to be starved when the fire in your stomach is eating up everything in you, still to maintain your sadhana, to maintain your focus, to maintain the dignity of being human, it's a lot of work. I know the pain of starvation by experience, so I wish these simple people who left their homes not in pursuit of some adventure, not in pursuit of some spiritual goals, but just in pursuit of livelihood. Simple need. We must ensure they do not go into starvation mode. Otherwise, what is the use of labor days?
This question is from Piyush. Namaskaram Sadhguru. Why is moksha considered the highest goal in yogic culture when there are so many problems in the societies? So much work needed to be done where one lifetime is not enough.
Not that there are problems in the society itself is a problem. Essentially, society means the smallest unit of society is family. Then other building blocks. Probably today, the largest unit of society is a nation. Well, we are talking about a global village, but that is only in the cyberspace, in the dream space. You see, when a pandemic happens, when some shortage is there, first level of separation that happens in the world is nation versus nation. If it goes further, maybe state versus state. If it goes further, community versus community. Goes further, family versus family. This is the order. Only when there's a crisis you know what is the order and structure of the society. So the most basic unit of social structure is family. Well, is it wrong for people to come together? I'm not saying that. All animals, they have their own societies. Elephants have their own society. Peacocks, you see, they have their own at least families. You're seeing them every day. Like this, every creature has. So out of that habit, we have also formed societies. And of course, people have been propounding philosophies, man is a social being. Man is a social being when he is helpless. The moment he is empowered, he wants to be by himself. When he needs something, he needs people. When he doesn't need anything, so man is somewhere in between. human being is somewhere in between of needs and longing to go beyond the needs. Even those people who are deeply entangled with their compulsions, their addictions, even they, if you look at it very closely, somebody gets drunk, from tomorrow I think liquor is available. I'm just announcing. If you are not permanently drunk like me, for you I'm saying, because the state governments need revenue, liquor is a major form of revenue for them. So, not only the drinkers are thirsting for it, or maybe they've broken the habit, who knows, in 38 days of lockdown. Some elected member of the local assembly in Rajasthan said, if washing hands with the sanitizer with alcohol is going to kill the coronavirus, drinking it will definitely kill it in the throat. Only thing is, it takes 70% alcohol. If you drink 70% alcohol, well, we'll see you somewhere, like a spirit. So, this longing within a human being, somebody is getting drunk not to give revenue for the state, be very clear about this. Somebody is getting drunk only because he wants to be free from something that bothers him. Maybe his own mental structure which bothers him, maybe his wife nags him, or his financial troubles are bothering him. Free. In Telugu language, there is a saying, Sarva rogalka sarai mandu. Whatever ailments you have, alcohol is always a medicine because it cures everything for a period of time. Doesn't matter, you have cancer, just get drunk for about 6 hours, you have no cancer. You have the virus. Get drunk, for 6–8 hours you don't have virus. And it may even get drunk and go away. We don't know, that guy is claiming. So, people are drinking, drugging, most compulsive things I'm taking as examples, to be free. People are working day in and day out because they think they want to be free from their financial troubles. So the longing to become free, at some level, whatever level is individual's experience, is what firing human activity in many ways. We want to be even free from the gravitational impact of this planet itself, so we want to go into the space. It's longing to be free. So when you have so much longing to be free, is it not time how to become free, really? What is it that is binding? Because if you want to become free, you should not think about freedom, you should carefully look at the ropes that bind you. If you look at the ropes that actually bind you, then naturally you will start talking about mukti. So, we looked at it closely, what is it that binds a human being? The essential thing that binds a human being is just this. If you… today it's become fashionable like this, people say, you know, I'm not a morning person, I'm an evening person. What they mean is, they can't rise early in the morning, their body is lethargic. So they get up at 9 o'clock, obviously they sleep late. Somebody else says, I'm a morning person, I'm not an evening person, if you ask him to stay up in the night. Because wherever you make him sit, because he's got that problem, he goes to bed early and obviously gets up early in the morning. So I'm saying just about anything people are identifying with and they think it's their nature. Somebody is all the time getting angry, freaking on people, you make him sit down and ask, this is my nature, what to do? This is the only problem you have. You have misunderstood your personality for your nature, that's all. That is all the problem with your life. You have misunderstood self-created, unconsciously self-created personality to your original nature. You think this is your nature. I am an angry person, I am a miserable person, I am a joyful person. This is not your nature. Good or bad, it's not your nature. It is your personality. Your personality is a collage of many things. You might have picked up good colors or ugly stuff, we don't know. If you picked up good colors, people will say, oh, he's a nice person. That's okay for others to say because others can only see my person, they cannot see my nature. But if I don't see my own nature, if I do not experience my own nature, what it means is, I wore a mask and forgot, not the virus mask, full mask. I wore a mask, oh, this is a bad example today because everybody is wearing mask and speaking to everybody. Now you don't even know who is a bank robber. The bankers and the bank robbers will look the same, this is a very complicated time. So you wore a mask and with the mask you go and stand in front of the mirror. Oh, this is how I look, this is my nature. This is dumb, stupid. But this is what nearly the entire world is doing. They are misunderstanding their persona for their original nature. So mukti means just this, that what you have created, you kept it at a little distance. This is mukti. Mukti means, will I go to heaven? Heaven is a bloody trap. Yes? If you go get stuck in a heaven, then you can't even go out. Is it not a trap? At least if you go to hell, you will burn. If you burn, it'll get over. In heaven, it's a bloody trap, it's a honey trap. Yes, it is. So, when we say mukti, we are not talking about heaven, we are not talking about going somewhere, we are just talking about what we have created and gotten stuck into, entangled into, we want to separate. We want to be here, sit here and throb like life. Not think like a person, not feel like a person, not do this, not that you cannot do that, but you know, clothes, just like that, you know, you're wearing the clothes. This is not you, just like this. This is why we created various methods. One important method in this is, mukti means, largely in the world people will talk about devotion. Mukti means bhakti. Bhakti is the way to mukti normally. There are other ways, but this is the quickest way because emotion is still the largest part of a human being. Bhakti means the nakedness of yourself. That means you have removed everything. You have removed everything, not just the clothes, including the body and the structures that you have built, above all your persona. only because of your persona. The shape of your body, the style of your hair, the complexion of your skin, and everything has become important only because of your persona. If your personality stays away, if it as loose as this, you are in mukti. So if there are problems in society, tell me, those who are free from their own nonsense, self-created nonsense, will they serve better? Or those who are entangled in their own stuff will serve better? It's for you to decide. If there is no mukti, different people are in different levels of some kind of freedom. Some people have freedom, some people are badly compulsive. But if you have no compulsions, well, you will be the most useful human being on the planet. You will be the most effective human being on the planet. And mukti is needed at whatever level you are. It doesn't matter where you are. You should not think about mukti, liberation, floating in the sky. Floating in the sky is not mukti. You know, when I was very young as a boy, I was so fascinated by anything that flies. So I go lie down on the terrace of my home for hours. You should see, if you see some of my pictures as a young boy, I'm like burnt. My skin is always burnt because for months on end, I will just go lie down on the terrace every day, hours together, just looking at these kites and eagles flying up there. It took me many years of watching this and I realized suddenly, they're up there, but they're always looking down. I'm here on the ground, I'm looking up. And I look at the bird, an eagle, he is not happy. Sometimes he is, but most of the time he's concerned, where is the mouse, where is the snake, where is… He's actually gone to his office to earn his food for the day. We're thinking a bird in the sky and oof, for freedom, you know. This bird in the sky, freedom idea got me to build my own hang glider and it broke both my legs in one shot. It's then I realized, these damn things are flying up there and they're always looking down because what is really valuable is down here. We're sitting here and looking up. I was at least looking at the birds. Many of you are looking not stratosphere, paradise, heaven, up there. But by the time you do this, the planet has gone. Anyway, we are at 11 degrees latitude, we are… From now on, whenever you want to point at heaven, this is zero, this is where it is. So, your personality means it is the structure that you built, a mask that you created and now not able to take it off. What a terrible life is that. If you can't keep it down, what is the point? What you put on, you must be able to put it off whenever you want. Otherwise, you are entangled. In that entanglement, you become crippled in many ways. If you cannot take off your mask, you should not right now, that's a law, that's a different matter. But if you cannot take it off, you can't see anything the way it is. This happened. Shankaran Pillai was working in Himachal Pradesh and his wife from Chennai called and asked, "How is the weather there?" He said, "I can't see anything, it's all foggy." It's like that. When it's foggy, when you're fogged up with your own persona, you can't see anything the way it is. So mukti means just this, that you cleared your fog. Now you're able to see everything just the way it is. Now this life is free. Now you can decide what to do with it. Right now you cannot decide what to do with it because this old information, the old software determines where the hell you go. Whatever you try to do, doing this, if you're sitting this side, this big hall or Akshaya, the kitchen, from there the smells will come. It'll go like. And there is a problem in Isha Yoga Center, we have told you, meditation happens best when you're somewhat hungry. Then you thought, no, let me move away, and you moved here. Here, pepper wine. So, no, don't want all this, I will go and sit there. There, Moonram Pirai. These are all different eateries around here. So wherever you sit, somewhat hungry, you're determined, I know. But there are compulsions. As long as compulsions are there, compulsion means just this, we're retracing the same path over and over again. Retracing the same path means, obviously we're going in circles. Going in circles means we are not getting anywhere. Oh, I don't care about all this, there are problems in the world. You are not understanding the problems are only because of you. Because there are so many human beings like you who are trapped in their own trash. That is why the problems. Otherwise, what problem? If people, human beings were not compulsive, what problem I'm asking in the society? There's really no problem. No, but we have to feed the population. Population would be very controlled if we are not compulsive. Everything would be the way we want. We could decide what should happen, what should not happen. But right now, everything, the very structure of the society is because of human compulsions. But we think that is our nature. This is not your nature. You are misunderstanding your personality or persona for your original nature. So the entire spiritual process is just about this, to separate what you have invented and what is really there as life. That's all. This is mukti. And it should happen now, not when you go somewhere else. I'm sorry, here. Please.
The next question is from…
Is this information for all over the country? Full lockdown? Full lockdown?
It says nationwide lockdown extended for 2 more weeks beyond 4th May.
So, nationwide lockdown extended till 17th of May, but with some relaxations for certain type of business, certain type of industry, other things, but up to 17th, which may look cruel, but it's very wise to do this. And talking about these pandemics, our most recent experience of a pandemic is what is blamed on the Spanish people, the Spanish flu, But the Spanish flu did not start in Spain. It was originally seen in United States. We don't know where exactly it started, as even now with this, there is a debate as to where it really started. Today, information, everything is much better, so maybe we can pinpoint. Those days, nobody knew where it started, but first cases were noticed in United States, then in Spain. Because there was free movement of people, it kind of flared up in Spain. And it took the lives of 50 million people. Those days, when the population was just only about 1.6 or 1.7 billion people, it took 50 million people across the world. In India, 18 million people died. Out of these 18 million people, one large segment, we don't know exactly what's the number, easily at least 3 to 4 million people died of starvation because the British forces took away all the food to their own country and Europe, where food was needed for them, so they forcefully took all the food. It is estimated somewhere between 3 to 6 million people would have died of starvation itself. But you cannot separate people who die because of the virus and people who die because of starvation, because it'll get all mixed up. Nobody can really exactly say. Probably because of starvation you become more susceptible to the virus, we don't know in how many ways, but anyway, 18 million people died in this country. And the bad news is, that virus also, the Spanish flu also started sometime February, March, picked up momentum and kind of died down. And then the second wave came in late August, September, October. It is the second wave which took the maximum number of lives. So, this is not a time to… many people are thinking, this is going to end tomorrow, so from 4th onwards they're going to celebrate and jump around on the streets. That would be the worst thing to do. Right now people are protesting, particularly in United States, with death toll reaching over 60,000 people. Armed people, fully armed people are coming out on the streets and protesting. A particular saloon in Texas, hair salon, has hired 2 vigilantes with heavy weaponry standing there and guarding, I'll keep my business open, it's my right to keep it open, with armed men. These things are going to cost us heavy. Even if 1% of the population behaves like that, this is going to be serious. Fortunately, the fatality rate of this virus is not as high as Spanish flu. But the flip side of this is, people can carry this without any symptoms. Asymptomatic carriers are very big in this, that is the biggest danger. A whole population may be carrying it and nobody knows, and those who die keep dying. With Spanish flu, the symptoms were quick, death was also quick. It did not spare any age group, but this virus could clean out the older population and impair the younger population. Young people are not totally free from that. Young people may not die, but may have inflammation around their heart and become incapable of living a full life in many different ways. More and more things are being discovered on a daily basis. We still do not have a full picture, but as cruel as it is, another 2 weeks when summer is going to get hot we are very fortunate that there are rains here every 2 days, 3 days, but otherwise in the city, summer is getting hot. And in small apartments, people are living, I can understand their level of frustration, and they were thinking they will get out after midnight tomorrow, but it's extended. It is a very difficult decision for the government to take. All of us must appreciate the challenges that are there, the economic challenges that are there in front of the nation, but still taking this decision in the larger interest of the people is a very bold decision, politically very, very damaging for anybody who takes such decisions, but this is the right thing to do. We need to continue this lockdown, relaxing industries and economic activities step by step. But 2 weeks more, nationwide, we thought it will happen according to states, individual states' choices, but now after enormous consultation among all the experts, they have come to this, we must respect this and abide by this. Everybody across the nation must abide by this, because these are not ordinary times. And it's very important that in India, we should avoid the second wave. We may have to cut out international travel for a substantial period of time, which is going to cost the nation heavy. But it's better than losing a percentage of population. We can build back what's gone down, but if we are dead, we are not going to do anything like that. So, people are saying, what will you do? When 60,000 people are dead in America, people are questioning and talking about their freedom. This is always something that I have noticed. The moment you utter the word freedom, you tend to become irresponsible. This is why we talk responsibility. Responsibility is the tool for achieving freedom. Where there is no responsibility, there will be no freedom. If we talk about freedom, we will do fanciful things which are against ourselves. So, this is the time for every citizen to, truly be responsible, express our responsibility. Just by doing nothing, you're serving the world. Isn't it fantastic? And also, this also means that it will bring a huge financial cost for us at Isha, because this means the service of providing food for thousands of people will go on further, and maybe those numbers will increase. At this time, I would like to thank and congratulate the person who took the painting, which was just about 42 hours of labor for me, and at over $500,000, which is not for the artistic skills, it is that person's compassion in their heart that they have contributed this money. And right now, lot of time to paint, 2 more weeks lockdown. So, hold back your compulsions for 2 more weeks. Mukti may happen.
Dinner will be served at 7:30 in Yogi Ailment Pavilion. Today we have a short Mridangam solo by Swami Gautaman